Yo, what's going on, guys? Jared here. Today I have some replays for you playing the Runick Yummy deck. I saw some people asking for them in that previous video, so I wanted to give that to you guys. I believe I have 3 replays for you today. I know one of them, there is a loss. I forget which one it is. There's a loss in here somewhere. And do not judge my plays too poorly. This was me, especially with Yummy, learning the deck so heavily. I did not understand Yummy combos. I understand them a little bit better now. But the deck is super complex, super punishing if you mess up. So it's definitely a hard deck to play, but it's really rewarding to play too. And a lot of the things where I mentioned, like Cookie Yummy being a card that you have to really depend on as a removal way to remove stuff without a battle phase, very, very important. Especially when you're booking stuff down with things like the Synchro Cookie, you really need to make every pop count. And those interactions really matter. So let's go ahead and jump into some of these replays. Okay, so here is the first replay. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. I'm just fast forward through it. I'll pause it where I need to, but yeah. So overall, we lose the rock, paper, scissors here, so we will be going second. Oh, this was a weird. This was such a weird deck. This was like a anti-meta pile deck that I played against. It was so weird, and yeah, like I'm ashing Fusion Destiny every time. And then I get hit with Retaliating on a Runick spell, and I thought, like, I didn't even know what this was at this point. Like, between Fusion Destiny and, like, a Retaliating C in the main deck, it, like, really threw me off. But the one thing I did know was that this deck was slower. The way that this deck was operating with Clockwork Knight, like, I thought it was, like, a Chris Charm pile at first. It was just so weird. Then he was able to search Contact C. Like, it was crazy, but the good thing about a deck like this is that the Runicks really, really excel in these slower, kind of grindy, anti-meta type strategies, as you know. That's just what they're really good at. And then especially when you back it up with like 1-card starters that can combo into crazy interruptions and crazy value with the Yummies, this deck especially, you're going to have a really hard time playing against. So even being able to use like cards like Dispelling, those grind games when they're trying to search a 1-for-1, being able to get a nice hand rip is still really, really good. This Fenrir really hurt. Being able to hit the Fallon, like, that was super unfortunate. So yeah, we put the Hugin back, and our hand is like so bad. So because I know he's playing a slower deck, and I wasn't worried about pressure, I knew he had a Fenrir in hand on the Contact C, I believe. I knew that it was going to be okay. I didn't think he was going to be able to push with how the deck was kind of operating, and I had this for Fusion Destiny if he was going to try to do a push in that regard. So we just wait as long as we can. We have to go Cup C with no effects, so we don't play into the Fenrir. We had the field spell to get this back, and from this point we're in an okay position to play around the Fenrir because of how, Snatchy just being an absurd card, being able to chain Synchro constantly. Same thing here with the Cup C Yummy way, can play around it, but we can't play around in Judgment. So what we do here is we decide to go full into the Runick side of things. And what this does, this allows us to get this in the graveyard, our Fountain, onto the field without being threatened by Fenrir, and we're completely A-okay, so we're not too worried about anything. So we can just take 24 and be fine. And then from here, we draw a top deck tip. I mean, come on, what more can we really ask for, right? So we go tip. Again, I'm playing the long game. I don't want to pop this Fenrir immediately because I know he has other Fenrirs, so it doesn't really make a difference. I need to protect my Fountain at all costs, so the plan was here to tip for Flashing Fire when he goes enter battle phase, then I Flashing Fire, and we are A-okay. So we get our Fountain, and we draw our 3, and then we draw into Slumber, Purge, and was it Ash, I believe. And we are in a pretty good solid spot. I'm not going to overset anything we don't need to. As a normal summon, I have Rivalry, Duster, Special Hugin, and I'm okay with summoning the Hugin here to protect with the Flashing Fire because I have Slumber to stop this if he goes battle phase anyway, so I wasn't too worried about it. So yeah. So I'll put everything back, draw 2 more, draw the more Yummy and Purge. We have like good interruptions here. The only problem is he's not adding anything anymore, and he just concedes here, but yeah, I was just seeing how many more Runicks we had coming, but we didn't have a lot. But we did have Yummy cards coming, so we were going to be able to switch the tide of it and go from playing the Runick slow version of what we were doing to then into that fast Yummy version, because he also can't, Contact CS because of the Rivalry of the Warlords. So again, that just shows the acceleration of how Runick can really still play that slow game, even in anti-meta situations, because cards like Retaliating hurt so bad, and Fenrir on Fountain also hurts so bad. We did lose one, so I was super scared we were going to lose the second one. But it's okay, we still were able to pull it out. Next up, we have, right here, we win this dice roll, or rock, paper, scissors, and yeah, this was like an all Yummy hand. It was crazy. I was like, holy, like, this was an insane amount of Yummy hand. This is against Vanquish Soul Canine, definitely more meta deck now. But just this kind of just shows like, and his hand is very good too. This just shows how good these interactions are with what you can do. And so what I do here, I think I do an interesting play where I use Flashing Fire to get Hugin, to get Fountain, and then go into more Yummy lines. And this is before I was like knew the lines better. So I use this card to be able to get back the Runick so that we are able to get the draw off Fountain to try to get our Runicks going in a better case rather than try to sack it later. We get 2 draws on our opponent's turn between Fountain and a Cupsea, so I think that's like perfectly fine. The only thing here was I definitely could have ended on Herald or the Arclights. Again, this is before I knew that the combo was better. I'm still not like super familiar with them. I know all those Yummies in hand, they have to end on Heralds, like 1 or 2 of them. Again, that's completely on me. I hope to be doing like a combo video for this deck in the future, so that I can definitely familiarize myself more with just like either 1 Yummy, and then, okay, we have one Cupsea, what does that do? Okay, 1 Cookie, what does that do? Okay, now we add one of either of those plus a Runick spell, what does that do now? Like those all do different combos, so I really want to get familiarized better with that, and then especially with 2 Runick spells where you start getting the draws and stuff like that. So he's going to go Case, we're going to tag out, grab our Snatchy and our Cupsea, and then we're going to be able to get our draw into our Tuning Wear, not doing too much. Yeah, the search is fine, we don't care. We only care about threatening his monsters themselves. He uses Ryzen to pop, we're Synchro. This is me misclicking on the coin, and then go into Lollipo, and then he he goes, there was like a little confusion here of like, oh, this is a trigger effect, so I can only use 1 effect of Lollipo. So yeah, we just do the effect to tag it back out. Summon Cookie, pop the Ryzen. When this Ryzen gets popped, this was kind of like a check for Borger or Caesar. He had neither, obviously, because this pop went through. So I'm like, okay, that's good to know. I know I can punish this, and I really wanted to hold the Cookie book down effect for the Jokel, because I knew he has it off of the Case. So here he goes the Jokel for Azuna, and then I was thinking I knew I was going to go in the Cookie Synchro, but I was thinking if I was going to use the Lolly effect to shuffle back a card in his graveyard, I forget which one it was, to be able to, it was to shuffle back possibly the whatever he sends off Azuna was what I was trying to think of, if I had to do it in that chain. Yeah, so like really important, like we talked about it a little bit here. So yeah, he starts off with normal summon Azuna, send Whoopus, and from this point, I knew I was in a good spot, because if you're playing Vanquish Soul and your first action is normal summon Azuna, that's not Ryzen, that's not Dr. Madlove, like we are in a good spot, and then especially using Holisu to summon itself out to immediately overlay using none of the effects, I'm like, oh yeah, like we're in a completely great position. And this is like one of the decks where you have a choice to play the X-Force release. In this deck specifically, I don't think you need it. In the Crystron deck, I'm a bigger fan of it. Like, there's different decks that you take access to this card. The way you have to build Vanquish Soul, I don't think you need it in this deck. And this is exactly the reason why, is we're 1 attribute short and we have this spell, it doesn't do anything. And it's just not good enough. So, yeah. So he goes Lantern now for Lupus. He still ends on a board with the Ripper, the spell, goes into another rank 5. Like, there's definitely stuff here. He has follow-up with the Jokel. He tries to go to a light monster, and he goes into Nash Knight into the Masquerade. But we're playing Runick, right? Masquerade does not do anything. We don't care about Masquerade. It's completely fine. So draw phase, we go Destruction on the back row that we don't know. We assumed it was a X-Force release, but we just wanted to get out of the way. We had enough gas here. Then we realized that you can only activate in the main phase, so we go back, and yeah, it just gets popped. Then I go Fountain, then pop the Masquerade, so now that's out of the way. We can now Fountain for 2, which is great. Obviously, getting those 2 extra draws is dope. We draw into another Destruction, which is unfortunate, so we still have 2 Runick spells for the crackback. So in my head, I'm like, okay, we have a Flashing Fire to try to bait like a Borger or a Caesar, but we also have Destruction in case he draws into the Vanquish Soul start. We can be able to crack that card because that card is insane, and I do not want to deal with it. So we go into our Snatchy. He has Phantasmic, unfortunately. That does draw him his fire, but now he doesn't have a Vanquish Soul for Holisu, so he can't summon it out of the hand. He ashes our Yummy Way. We chain it to bring back our 2 guys, which essentially leads to nothing. We go into Lollipo to come out, go into Cookie to book these guys. So here I was hoping he was actually going to negate so we can tag back out, and we'd just be completely fine him downing card, but he lets it go through, and I'm like, oh, that's perfectly fine. We can just, like, if they're down, they're out of the way. That's what I cared about. The Phantasmic negate is actually really annoying, so if it's not there, it's way easier to deal with. I think here I might have been able to do a different line too, where I had Lollipo and the Yummy Way. I really didn't want to put both of these in the graveyard, but I was more fine with it because I had Surprise. But yeah, I wasn't like too happy with how I played that. I'm sure there's a better way. If you see a better way to play these hands, I'm totally open for criticism down in the comments. It helps me a lot to learn. So yeah, so we just want to like get rid of the Phantasme. We have Flashing Fire for this, but we don't really care too much. And then here, I bring back, so this goes back to old Runick theory, where you're like baiting a battle phase. And Yummy does this extremely well, which I love. So I bring back Surprise, I bring back Cookie to bait him to go into battle phase, because now the SP, like he has to target one of these for an attack, and both of these are on activation. So he now goes battle phase, and I immediately Flashing Fire to clear it. Now there's no battle phase, and both problems are still here. That's a huge issue for him. And yeah, it just immediately ends the game. Like there's just too much going on here for him to deal with, because the amount of value I'm about to get off this Cookie now, because he has to activate something coming up, and then I have cards to go into after this, which is just way too much. The only thing that I would say for the deck itself is that there was times where I wanted more than one surprise, but I don't know yet. It's very this deck's very hard to get like the numbers exactly right, because you need to be like very precise on exactly what you're playing. And then lastly, we have one more, and this one we win the rock, paper, scissors. And again, I feel like, so obviously I said I know I lose one of these. This must be the one I lose. Somewhere in here, I know I mess up, and like my line could have been so much better, and I messed it up. And again, criticize me in the comments and tell me what I should have done, because I know it could have been better. So I go, yeah, spell. He goes Fool. I ash it, and then we start comboing. We go Yummy. He's playing Yummy. He only has one thing in hand. Like we should be absolutely cooking here with what we have. We have so much. So yeah, we go Cupsy, get our surprise. Link off into Snatchy, activate the field spells. He's trying to bait another hand trap if he had it. Yeah, use this, put this back to give him an extra bad draw. And then we go into our level 2, and then we chain to bring the 2 back. And then this is completely fine with what we're ending on. We have like the Book of Moon, we have the tag out, it's using another bell. But now he only has this. We know he has surprise, so we just book down this Cupsy, and he has to pass, and then we can just start playing again and be completely fine, because we have so much going for us in that point. Especially I think we were about to draw off Fountain too. So yeah, he goes first here, and I think this is the one I could have played better. This is one of the ones I could have played better. I think games 2 and 3 I could have played better. So yeah, he does his Yummy combo, Gravity Collapse, by the way. Keep that very like okay, but he's comboing off. Yep, ends on this, and I was like, oh my god, when he did the surprise to bring back, I was like, oh my god, so good for us with the Winged Dragon Raw Sphere mode. Yeah, so sack off all 3 would have been huge. Use the effect to get back Yummy, and then I use Hugin effect, discard. He ashes it, so he does so this was like really important. So he ashes the Hugin, so he couldn't chain the what's it called, the Cupsy Yummy way. And here I misplay. The right play was to activate Droplet, send away Hugin, negate the Cupsy Yummy away, and you can't respond with it. Then I'm supposed to normal summon, or then I'm supposed to activate Destruction. Now, I still lose because of Gravity Collapse, but I'm fairly certain I still lose. Oh wait, no, I don't, because I can just pop this and normal summon Cookie, and I can keep playing. The point is I can play. And I messed up because I let him tag out this Cupsy Yummy way with, and this Hugin is sitting here, and I should have done it too earlier on the synchro. Now we're still doing this, but I already normal summoned, so I can't continue playing, which is my problem. There might have been a way to keep playing there. Again, if there's a line there, let me know, but I think the Droplet demanding an extra card is really what was messing me up. This game, I know I played atrociously, because I play into this nib so bad, and I know I could have threatened Herald somewhere. And that's my problem, is this was like definitely me learning this deck and trying to get interactions down. And I definitely kind of said like, oh, I hope he doesn't have it, because somewhere in here I should have made, what's it called, the Marcho Metal Marcher to be able to play around this. Like right here, I think I'm supposed to go like Synchro the 2 negated ones off from Marcher, Marcher bring back a Synchro, and then I don't even know, like that doesn't even make a what's it called, a Herald yet, so I don't even know if that was the right play. There's probably a better way to do this. I like, you know what I mean, you can like bring those 2 back, special Cookie, and then that threatens it, but then you get nib there, and I'm still in pretty much the same scenario. I think the only difference is here I go Hugin and I pitch, and then this was how I was threatening Herald. Was with this, use these 2 to go in the Herald. That was going to be my game plan. But then we get nibbed here. Tag out just to make sure it's back in the extra deck. Get our token. And then we go Fountain, Slumber, target 3, try to hit like any engine pieces, Fountain effect, get 2 draws, or 3 draws. And I thought we were feeling pretty good here. 3 cards in hand. We were just playing through a nib. I thought it was like pretty decent. The only thing I don't know. Maybe I do a line here where I get rid of this, and maybe now I'm like looking back and playing Rat Obedient School and like Sky Striker cards. I think that was a mess up. I think I should have just left it because I go Flashing Fire to pop it, and then I go normal and I link off into the guy to get it back, and then set 3 pass. I thought I was okay, but I think having that nib on the field would have been better for me. Because here he has like all gas. And it's just like way too much, especially with starting with the Obedience School with so many bodies. You know, we have to try to go for the cookie. He surprises us to bounce, and I was like, okay, like that sucks. We pretty much lose our Yummy line, and then he can go normal summon. We purge it, and then we Flashing Fire this. So I feel like we're pretty good. Like I actually managed to pretty much stop him here, and this is where we're at. And I feel like there's a line here, and I don't know what it was. I definitely messed this up somewhere. We go normal. Go into link 1, put back. I know I could have, so what was the problem here? Is that I wanted to keep the Runick on a line, I think, because I didn't want to get rid of the Fountain, but I think I should have. I think I should have put back this field spell, use Snatchy, get this back, activate the field spell to summon back, and then maybe go from there. Because I do like a line with Cupsy, be able to search 2, discard the Lollipop, I think, special the Cupsy, and then we're able to misclick again. What do we end on here? Oh, we go Little Knight to banish the Snatchy, but like it's not a lot. Yeah, it's like just like Cupsy and Little Knight with the spelling hand rip, and I feel like maybe I could have done more. There probably could have been like arc lights in here somewhere. I think that was like my biggest complaint. I just don't know. Didn't know the lines how to do it. I wasn't couldn't figure it out in the moment at least because you know in DB you can't take too long. So yeah, this is where it gets into a mess. Yeah, it's Cupsy, bring back. He is synchroing. I'm synchroing. Oh my gosh, this is such a mess. So he tags out. I go in. I go for the Cookie Yummy way. He goes for the pop. I have to tag back out. And then he, again, such a mess. I Cookie Pop his guy. Brings it back with the field spell to be able to search. I Dispelling just to rip one, hoping to hit the surprise. I hit the lolly. We go Fountain to be able to draw. See if we can draw anything here. We got a tip, which is always good draw. I try to take away his attack points with Destruction because I know that's a problem, and I didn't want to deal with that. His one guy's still bigger. We synchro, but he had this is what sucked. He had the surprise, and he was able to bounce back my guys and beat over. And then we're left in like such a awkward spot now, where he's able to kind of like continue and end on stuff, and we're still in like this pretty bad spot. So we go Snatchy for Field Spell. I Ash the Search. He goes back into 2 guys, and then yeah, he's able to just cookie us, and then we can't play anymore. He just goes completely pops off here. We're not able to continue here. I think we're just too far behind. I think we're just dead here actually because of the field spell. He gets like way too much, shuffles back our Runick spell, and this should be enough for a game, I think. They're like huge. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, they're all getting 25. Yeah, so again, I think I could have played those games better, especially in this match. I think I could have played them better, but maybe like Droplet isn't the choice, right? Because you have to commit cards, and this deck really needs, again, Runick cards always need cards, but the Droplet's really good to chain the stuff. Or the problem is like the Yummy Synchros go back for cost, and that makes a huge problem for these cards because you can't sometimes you can't catch them. You have to Droplet kind of early, which makes it really, really hard. And in this game, I think I just messed up combos completely, and that was completely on me. I definitely could have played these better. So again, if you see better lines, let me know down below. But yeah, those are 3 matches that I just wanted to show, just so you guys have some gameplay of the deck as well. Again, if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, overall, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.